Honestly, it was a lot of different things that came together for why I wanted to open Empower. I had a lot of different experiences in different clinics, and I saw each therapist had 2 or 3 patients at the same time. And I realized that these people weren't getting high quality care. And it started to kill me whenever I'd hear somebody be like, oh, I tried physical therapy and it didn't help. And I would usually dig deeper and be like, well, what did you actually do? What was your experience? And they're like, well, I went like 2 or 3 times and they put heat on my back and had me do a stretch and it didn't get any better. I'm like, well, you didn't actually get physical therapy then. It just, from the very beginning, I just had this desire, like, I want to have a clinic where I can basically say, no, this is the care we're going to deliver. We're going to be with these patients one-on-one. I wanted everybody to be able to say they had an amazing experience. Too often I had heard that people would say, well, this can't be fixed with physical therapy. Oh, I have to go have surgery. Or I have to be on medicine for the rest of my life. And again, that was just one of those like, well, there's certain things that if you corrected or you fixed about the way you're moving, it could actually heal your problem. And that's sometimes mind-blowing for people that, oh, all I have to do is fix this or change that and get to the root cause of my problem, and man, my pain's gone. I don't have to be on that medicine for the rest of my life. And that's such an empowering kind of mindset. And it was like, for me, it was just like, that's our mission. We want to prove this, that movement can heal. And I think what makes Empower different is the way we make people feel, right? When they walk through the door, they can tell, like, this is going to be a different experience. We often say this idea of we want to create a wow experience. When someone leaves here, I want them to be like, wow, they cared enough to listen to me for the full appointment, to be one-on-one with me. They cared enough to help me fill out my paperwork. Every step along the way, we try to take it up a notch. The bar in healthcare for customer service is so low sometimes. All it takes is going a little bit more and a little extra. You know, it's the smile, it's the handshake, it's the remembering somebody's name, it's the welcoming, starting them on time, treating you like family. So when we came up here, we honestly fell in love with the state of Alaska. We started to meet some people and we started to fall in love with the people of Alaska. And you know, in the very beginning, it was just me and my wife. We were literally the night before my first patient putting together the equipment with, you know, Allen wrench, and we're just my wife and I. And it was kind of incredible that, you know, the next day I had someone come in and trust me enough to treat them. Kind of humbling to be like, man, here I just, you know, am putting myself out there and trying to go on this venture of starting a business, and I don't know if anybody's going to support it. And I really leaned on the Alaskan people during that time. It was only about 2 years after we had started, and my wife just had our second son. I was treating patients for 45, 50 hours a week, and in the evenings and on the weekends, catching up on notes, sending emails, doing interviews, trying to run all the business side of it too, and trying to also help my wife with the brand new baby, right? I didn't take really any time off when she had the baby, and it was just this like exhausting time that I honestly was like, I don't think I can do this anymore. Like, there's gotta be something else. It was such an emotional and physically exhausting time that I didn't know if we were gonna continue, right? I mean, there was honestly conversations about, can we get out of the lease? Can we close up shop? Like, what does this look like? And to be honest, we weren't making any money as a business. There was, you know, we were struggling, and I was just putting in more and more hours, and still the business and the company, we were struggling, and it was at that point that I realized, you know what, like, we needed a better team. We needed a better team around us to help us get past this point and get to something that we wanted to be able to create. That's when, you know, we really got on board with people around us, and we started to lean on them and really empower them. That was the tipping point that really just said to me, like, I need these people to help me, otherwise there won't be an Empower. And so from that time forward, I've leaned on my team to say, you know what, you can handle this. I'm gonna trust you, and you can do it. And every time, they've blown me away. Everybody has blown me away. You know, when we trust the team, we trust each other, that's where, you know, so much is built to drive growth and drive the company forward. You'll notice, you know, as you come in, that our team is very close-knit, right? A lot of our team, they're what we call transplants to Alaska. They're not from here. They rely on each other, and they, you know, we go out and we do different activities together. Here in Alaska, you know, we have one of the highest paying states for physical therapy. We also see some of the lowest patient to therapist counts that there are. You get to work with that patient the whole time that you're with them, and it's an incredible thing that you don't get in very many other states and very many other clinics. most therapists that got into physical therapy to help the individual, not to have a group and a room full of people that they're just pointing and telling what to do. It's hard to put a price tag on, your stress levels or your burnout level. It's hard to maybe say, is it going to be worth my time, or is it going to be worth going up there when, hey, it could be the best experience that you've ever had in physical therapy because you're able to dedicate so much one-on-one time with your patients. We want you to have an incredible experience when you're here. The wow experience isn't just for the patient. We want the wow experience to also be for you, our team, our employees, the people that come and join us, and we really want them to feel like, wow, this was an incredible place to work.